morning, and welcome to this week's Wednesday reflection from Holy Saviour Church in Hitchin. Tomorrow is the feast day of St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland since the 7th century. It's difficult to be sure of the exact details about Patrick's life, since much of what we know comes from his own writings, and through the years many of the facts have been disputed by scholars. He was born into a British Christian family early in the 5th century. His father was a deacon and his grandfather was a priest. But Patrick didn't have a strong faith as a child. At the age of 16, he was apparently kidnapped by Irish pirates and employed as a slave. He was a herdsman or shepherd. While looking after the animals, he began to pray and develop his faith. Eventually, in a dream, he was urged to escape back to England and finally arrived back home after an absence of 6 years. He was a changed man as a result of his experiences and set about training as a missionary, and also underwent some studying for the priesthood. Around 435 AD, in another dream, he was encouraged to return to Ireland in order to convert the Irish to Christianity, and he spent the rest of his life in the country. He established a see at Armagh and was the first bishop. And although he encouraged men and women to become monks and nuns, it's unclear if he was ever a monk himself. Patrick always regretted his lack of education and did much to encourage young people in their schooling. He spent time preaching and setting up religious houses, as well as having a strong sense of pastoral care. He was also concerned with abolishing paganism, idolatry, and sun worship. Despite apparently facing strong opposition during his time in Ireland, he had learnt to trust in God completely and was ready to be a martyr if need be. There are, of course, many legends associated with St. Patrick, including the idea that he drove snakes out of Ireland or used the shamrock to explain the Trinity. Even the hymn known as St. Patrick's Breastplate is thought unlikely to have been written by him. However, St. Patrick has a strong following today, and his festival is widely celebrated both in Ireland and around the world. To end, I've chosen the hymn, Ye Holy Angels Bright, who wait at God's right hand.